we made it to Masters. But it was a devastating journey from Diamond 1 to Masters. And devastating's the right word to use here. You'll see in a bit. But actually getting that final nail in the coffin was a struggle. However, all you can do when faced with despair, with devastation, is reset and go again. And I did. And now I'm here telling all of you about my success. So without further ado, let's hop right into the first game. Okay, welcome to the first game. I'm going to be doing it this way to keep my life simple so I don't have to do a million edits just to get this video out, because I am running out of time for this season and I am running out of effort. But anyways, here I am scouting around, just like deciding what should I go, and I'm like, okay, dried crown bad, prismatic ticket possibility, and then I see birthday present, and I literally just seen dish soaps like world championship with birthday present, so I'm like, oh sick, we'll do this. And then I get the Cho'Gath and I'm like, okay, this is good, I think. And then I get the Malphite and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Because with this setup, I'm like, oh god, we already skipped ahead. So okay, with this setup, I was already like, okay, do I just go to reroll comp? As you can see, there's going to be a lot of skipping around in this video just because it's so long. But anyways, we get the free rerolls, and as you can see here, I haven't 3-starred anything, but my current game plan was effectively 3-star one of my units that are frontline, one of the 1-stars, and then go from there. We're still skipping because honestly, the things that are important for birthday present is you need to slam the units, and then we get the prismatic from loot subscription, the Tome of Trades, and I'm like, okay, if mythic, we go mythic, and we got mythic, so we're just going mythic. So that's like, this game has now become simplified. You know what I'm doing at this point. I'm going either 10 mythic or 7 mythic with the thing. I get the 3-star 2 rounds later, so I don't need to spend any more time re-rolling. At this point, I'm starting to debate, okay, let's start selling units. I get the 5 mythic in, I get a Teemo. I think, okay, I have the Sivir, I have the Teemo, maybe I can play him? And then I'm like, no. So I sell him eventually, skipping ahead again. Jump cut a vision. Like I said, the first few games I'm going to be cutting around quite a bit just because it's not important to see the whole things. You just need to understand that I'm like, this is a high roll. This game, I just need to show you the high roll. Getting the Alawi 2 for my 3 cost off of birthday present is incredible. So now at this point, I've sold everything except for obviously the units I care about. Good items here. Get the 2-star Tom Kent just like that. If I didn't have him already. No, I didn't have him already. So that's good. Then I get the Eternal Winter. And I'm like, okay, this game is over. Because at this point, I'm 4th place with Mythic Spat. And I just have so many different ways of going. But anyways, here, please Azir, that was the first encounter of the game. Your 3-2 augment and 4-2 augment move randomly, and then we get the Ashe, and I'm like, okay, we can shove this on for 2 sniper. More jump cuts, support items, but at this point I can just let the gameplay play. Nice and relaxing now that I don't have to talk all the time, but frontline the Malphite, so he gets maximum Gargoyle Stone Plate value, get the Annie in, sell the Sivir, make her the Invoker, or the Mythic, sorry, and then just slam Static Shiv onto somebody. Can be anybody. I forget who I end up slapping it onto. I believe it's Ashe, but ultimately, at this point, I'm guaranteed a top 4 so long as I don't mess up horrifically. We actually get to see a fight now because I'm like, okay, at this point I should show the progress, because this is where it's like, alright, I have 2 game plans going for me. Get my 2-star 5 cost as fast as possible, or try and get 10 mythic, but both of those involve going level 10 as fast as I possibly can. With 72 HP, 40 gold at 4-3, I'm like, okay, this is very possible. Then I grabbed... yeah, I grab another spatula here. I'm like, okay, if I hit level 10 and I get another tier here, the game is just over and I get a first place. So that is now the game plan. Which, like, go figure. If you have the setup for 10 mythic, you should be trying to get the 10 mythic, but you might have to roll at 8 to stabilize a bit. Because I'm birthday present, I don't actually need to roll to stabilize because my board is fairly stable. Now, I'm showing this fight because this is when I start to lose again. 72 HP after a 5 win streak against someone who is March of Progress, slow rolling at 8, which I found interesting. But then, yeah. This will matter a lot, these Raptors, if I can get that other tier. We get a Nautilus for free, which was fun. And then, hilariously... oh no, it wasn't this one. But here I'm like, big grab bag. Because we just want an item advantage at this point. Was it probably the correct choice? No. But I was like, we'll go for this. And then another Tome of Traits and another Mythic Emblem. So the spatula was, not pointless, but not needed. So at this point I'm like, and then there's another Mythic Emblem and I'm like, okay, well, might as well to get just the 7 Mythic with my hodgepodge birthday present setup here. And then I get frickin' sorry, Hui as my 5 cost. And I'm like, okay, game's over. I wasn't able to move my Kog'Maw items fast enough because I'm just so dizzy at this point. But I'm like, okay, we can Deathblade my Ashe, and then Chain Vest my Tahm Kench, because who else am I going to make a tank? Cough cough, it should be Annie or Nautilus, but whatever. I'm dizzy at this point with a very clear win condition, so that's what I'm just going for at this point. We take another loss, but it's not a big loss, and we're fine. Also, just want to point out where that augment is. 2 stars, we're chilling. Everything is chilling. We're winning. Everything's fine. We have 8 out of 10 mythic. We need to find one more mythic unit to ensure the 10 mythic at whatchamacallit 10. And then here I swap over to Hui because he's going to be just carrying me through all of stage 5 here. And then, yeah, no. Like at this point, I'm just gonna let this play out and I will talk to y'all in the next game. Okay, this is gonna be a fast one. I hope you missed me because I'm back. I hope you enjoyed my high roll last game. Now, I'm at 95 LP this game. And so we got the Kane encounter, and this is already a motherfucker. And oh boy, this is probably the worst decision I have ever made in my career. And then we're just gonna jump to credits. It's just, don't do it past me. No, don't. No. I know Sniper used to be good, but it's not good anymore. Don't do it. No, don't take it. No. No, okay, it's an Ave. This was what I ended up with in the end. I got the faded synergy, but it just doesn't matter. Yeah, GG. I'll see you guys in the next game. But this was devastating because we'll quickly look at what my rating was right after this game. It was, oh my god. No, I was like, oh, you're kidding me. I played that so I should have taken Sniper Crest. So yeah, we were at 95 LP and minus 73. So see you in the next game. What a trooper I am for literally queuing up immediately after that really tilting Ave. At this point, mentally, I wasn't actually that tilted. I was like, oh, I messed that up so bad, but I'm like, okay, I need to grind back up. So this isn't the game right after the last Sniper game. I actually had a few between there, but I was like, I don't need to show those. So we get offered the Lucky Pause, and I'm like, Lucky Pause is broken right now. This is an easy choice. Just scout around quickly, make sure I'm not going to be hard contested, but we gain a 2-star Kobuko, we get an early 2-star Kog'Maw. I'm like, alright, we're chilling, we're vibing. Everything's fine. We get the early jeweled gauntlet for Silas eventually, and it's just like, okay, we have a very clear win condition here. It is either get lucky and get the Bruiser Crest, or get just really stacked 6 Bruisers as fast as possible. So, jumping around here, 2-star, 2 cost. I don't remember if I was just wanting to show the encounter here while editing. I have a note coming up here. What is this note? 50 gold level 4. That's right! So I'm in a really good position right now. If you can ever get one of the 1-cost reroll hero augments, and you're able to get 50 gold before you're level 5, that's crazy. Because obviously you get better odds at level 4. I don't need to explain that to most of you watching this, but some of you I do. But regardless, this isn't really instructive content. This is more of like an explanation content. Either way, we're in a really good position to hit my 3-star Kobuko as fast as possible, which is really important in this comp because Kobuko gains bonus HP based on his level and also based on how much interest you have. So when he's 3-star, he gains plus 20 HP per amount of interest you have. So he will be really tanky a lot faster the faster you can 3-star him, right? That's why you don't want to play Lucky Pause if you are contested. And this was like the ideal setup. Sorry that I have to mute the audio here because of Crab Rave, but either way, this was the ideal setup because of Crab Rave, because Crab Rave pushed my interest way high or higher than normal faster. So now I'm just like a level 4, 6 Kobuko with 75 gold, then I decide to roll down here to get the 3-star Kobuko just now, because why not? I'm at 7. Usually I wait until once I'm at 7 before I commit past 50, but here we go. We're at 40 gold, 3-star Kobuko, 3-1. That is a crazy rate here. Just slammed the Giant Slayer on my Kog'Maw. Now, I don't have any items on my Kobuko yet, but that's not a huge problem yet. He is actually a late game scaling hero augment because of the aforementioned healing or the health scaling. So like he's going to be useful later on as well as early, whereas with like Story Champion, you really need to get best in slot like effectively at this stage 3-1, 3-2. Otherwise it's going to be a little doomed for you. I take Inspiring Epitaph here because I'm like, isn't this good in Bruiser since your Silas becomes a carry and he enjoys the attack speed? But here we get the Lissandra encounter. I'm like, I need to take the Artifact Anvil, even if it sacrifices a bit of interest, just because this is one of the big hits of Forbidden Idol. The one I was really looking for was Talisman of Ascension onto my Kobuko, but I'm taking the Forbidden Idol and just immediately slamming that on my Tahm Kench. So now I have the setup for the Princess and the Frog comp, where your two carries become Kobuko, Tahm Kench, and like you'll see later on it gets crazy. But I'm like, okay, we're set up. We don't even need the Bruiser emblem at this point. We're just fine. And then I just slam these items onto Syndra, because Syndra has continuous scaling in a fight with which Bruisers is very useful. And then we get the Kha'Zix encounter, thanks to all of the changes to encounters they made for the last patch before everything rotates out. I'm like, this is good for me, because this lets me get all of my key 4-cost Bruisers really quickly. The sooner I get those 4 costs, the better. And there aren't any Trick Shot players or other Bruiser players. In fact, there aren't even really Reaper players, but I do need to race the one other Reaper player to that 2-star Galio before they can get it. Because 2-star Galio is really important in this comp for so many different reasons. 2-star Galio is just one of the most OP tanks right now. Sorry for this video coming out so late if you're hoping to use this for your own climb, because at this point, it will be too late. Everyone's getting ready for the next set, and you might still stand a chance and gain valuable information from this. But yeah, no, at this point, my Kobuko is really strong despite only having one item, and my backline Syndra is doing exactly what I want her to, which is just slowly build up damage in these really prolonged fights so that I do have a consistent DPS source. And we're just like, we're chilling. Everything's chill. Get to the next Crab Rave. I decided to show each of the Crab Raves because, like, they drop crazy loot. It's Crab Rave, like, right here. We just get a completed item, I think is what that is. And then we get basically no useful items. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, Bramble Vest is good on Tahm Kench, but you really don't want to be slamming that on Kobuko. And I'm like, I can greed. I'm looking at all of my items here. I shouldn't have greeded. I should have slammed something like Thief's Gloves on... Even upon review, I'm like, I don't know what to do here, but I do end up turning around. I do grab the Bramble Vest last second and slam that onto Tahm Kench, because I didn't, like, this is my first time ever running this comp, right, with the Tahm Kench Forbidden Idol setup. So I was like, okay, what's my win condition here? And my win condition is 3-star Tahm Kench plus backline carries, or just 3-star Tahm Kench 6 Bruiser, but I didn't know that at the time. I do fumble into this win condition, spoilers though. But this is still one of those recovering my LP games, because I still was climbing back up from my 8th place Sniper Kane encounter loss. Oh, that game was brutal. But anyways, last augment here. Cybernetic Bulk is generally speaking what you want to take with Bruisers, and I'm like, oh, Pandora's items, hello. Hello, my good friend, I need you. It should maybe have been gifts from the Fallen, but I'm like so screwed on items right now that I'm like, I just need to take the Pandora's items. Because Kobuko's best in slot is Dragon's Claw, Redemption, and then Steadfast Heart, or I don't remember what the last one is, but I just slammed the red buff on Syndra there. Have some anti-heal. I didn't slam the Dragon Claw here. Thank you, editing me. It is on my bench. I'm like I even in this, I'm like, oh please. But we end up fine regardless. We just natural the Silas here as well, which is good. Yeah, okay. I end up selling the Aatrox. Don't need Riven at this point. Sell the Syndra. Don't need Syndra at this point, sorry. So I can slam these items onto my Silas. Red buff Silas is fine. He does have AoE, but at this point I'm just like looking for the best in slot. Here I have the Steadfast Heart. If I notice, did I forget again? No. Okay, I do notice. So we're just looking for the Dragon's Claw now, and then we're actually very well set up to win this game. But as you can see, we're starting to take some heavy losses here. 25 HP. Haven't found all of my key 2-stars yet. Haven't found 3-star Tom Kench either, but because of the Kha'Zix encounter, I felt slow rolling at 7 would have been a mistake. If I was slow rolling at 7, that would have just been an easy way to lose this game. But we're pair of Silas, pair of Gallios, natural the Gallio, which is crazy. Get the Dragon's Claw, and I'm like at this point, okay, deep breaths. You're doing good. This was a mistake. Shouldn't have been Nashor's Tooth. It really should have been Adaptive Helm, but it's fine. We're all allowed a few mistakes in our TFT careers. And then I slam the Dragon's Claw ×2 on Tom Kench. So now Tom Kench has best in slot items. Kobuko has best in slot items. Aatrox has whatever bits and bobs I found, which was the Feast Gloves. And then same goes for Silas. Silas is no longer my main carry this game. He's just a secondary or even a third carry. But now I'm like, okay, now what? I need to be winning. So I will show this combat to just show you how strong this setup is. But yeah, let me just let this one ride. So we get a knockout, and you can see now why this is like one of the god setups for this comp. I skipped over something there. Why do I have an Azir on? I'm so confused myself at this point. But at this point, I'm just looking... Oh, that's right. Azir was my temporary carry before I found Irelia. Irelia is very necessary backline unit that you want. Even 1-star is generally speaking good enough for the purposes that you need her for. She just needs to build up a bit of damage onto all of the units throughout. But as you can see, 1 life, no gold. I'm just kind of hoping that it holds. I'm no longer gaining extra HP from Kobuko at this point, but it's no longer important to gain that extra HP. He's so tanky that, like, when he dies, it's if all the other pieces fail, rather than my Kobuko not having the correct pieces. So I show another fight here. Just show that it's still holding. It's very tight still, though, but we just get that Aatrox on the back line, and everything's fine. We didn't face many of the counter matchups this game, so one of the counters to this comp is Ghostly Reroll for, I would assume, obvious reasons, but if you don't know, it's because the damage really stacks up fast. But here I see the Irelia, and I'm like, okay, we're just going to take her and take the anti-healing as well, despite me not really needing it. I'm like, it's better than nothing. Because this Azir might have actually been the correct hold, because I had 2, and he just bursts people randomly. But I make more mistakes here. First off, Talisman of Speed's fine. You can also go Talisman of Aid just for the shred, but Irelia is already shredding armor, but I probably should have gone Aid to also shred MR. Skip ahead. Slam jank items onto her of the Eternal Flame, Hextech, and IE. The Eternal Flame should have gone onto Soraka. We don't need us, like, it doesn't do anything on her, and I forgot about Crab Rave, and I'm like, okay, I think this is GG because I don't think I live here. It only deals 10 damage, thankfully, so even if I don't live, we're fine, but no, I was mistaken. I underestimated the power of just having a bunch of infinitely scaling beefy dudes on your board. Which is surprising to me, because I used to just run this 6 bruiser comp just like this without any better setup, because I was like, ah, this is a good comp, but no, we're good. Silas dealing the most damage doesn't surprise me, because he has the percent damage and blah blah blah. So yeah, we're at 7 Tom Kenches. Not ideal, but if we do hit the 3-star Tom Kench, we're basically guaranteed a win. And I'm like, okay, good. 2 tank items. Just slap those both onto my Galio. I have no problems with this, and I take the Rabadon to slam on Soraka. Which, honestly, I don't know if this was, like, a big mistake, but we get 2-star Ribbon, finally. And we're facing the Story Weaver player. They don't have quite enough damage, so I'm like, okay, we're good, but there's a long way from first still, so they might be able to find the damage, but we're fine for now. Yeah, this doesn't knock out. Yeah, because they were at 50 HP, so... Now, I will just let it ride. Okay, 90 LP, stakes are high, everything's riding on this. And I'm like doing my try hard, scan Ink Shadow, see if I can find what's exalted right now. I don't know if I actually checked until it actually shows up by itself. So yeah. This was probably the most jank game I have ever played in my TFT career. And so I skip ahead here, and you'll see why. And I'm like, okay, Porcelain Crest is okay, but someone's already going, whatchamacallit, like, oh wait, no one's going Porcelain. I should go Porcelain Crest. So I re-roll the other two. I don't get baited by long. I re-roll Porcelain Crest because it's actually not that good. But then I get Boiling Point, and I'm like, ah, sick, easy first. And I'm like, oh, frick. He's got the 2-star Diana already. I'm like, whatever, we're gonna take it anyways because it's Boiling Point. Who doesn't take Boiling Point? Boiling Point's just a free top 4 if you do it correctly. And I'm like, okay, but there's a cane in my shop. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, thinking. No one's going Reapers. Take the cane. Hard pivot, because our items aren't even that bad for Reaper yet, and it's still early. And I'm like, okay, we're just gonna be playing down Boiling Point, because whatever, it's fine. It's Boiling Point. No one cares about Boiling Point. Anyways, I wasn't gonna be able to get a top 4 with it. It's fine. So hard pivot to Reaper will be good. It's good. It'll be good. We're happy. Now, this was kind of unlucky. I'll give myself credit for that. First off, no good items. Second off, no good, really good augment for Reaper. And then also, you'll see. I'm like, okay, let's take Raining Gold so I can just accelerate my comp here. Because I already have the 4 costs, I need to find everyone else. So I'm like looking for all of the other units I need. So Rek'Sai, Kha'Zix, Kayn, Kindred, Yones. I'm looking for the 4 Reaper at this point because I know the power spike of 4 Reaper. That Amumu has the Ionic Spark because that's actually a good item on Silas, which we just get. And I'm like, okay, this is good because now I can slam the Ionic Spark onto him once I'm less dizzy. And then just slam the BF Sword on Kayn because that's going to be built into something eventually. I'm skipping ahead here because I need to show you how unlucky I actually got. It was a little brutal. So I'm missing 1 Reaper here. I get 2 Silases with the Champion Duplicator, so I'm already like, okay, let's use this. I'm looking for last Kha'Zix. Just 1 Kha'Zix. I need 1 Kha'Zix. No Kha'Zix on this reroll. That's fine. We don't need him quite yet. We'll get my Aatrox in. We'll rebuild this Ionic Spark onto my Kayn, or Silas, sorry. It's all good. Do I dupe yet? I do know I dupe eventually. I think I dupe right here. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I have 2-star Silas early. I have all of my other 2 stars. 2-star Rek'Sai, 2-star Aatrox, 2-star Yone. The only thing I'm missing is 2-star Kayn, but that's fine. Once I get my Kha'Zix, I will be able to just snowball wins until I get him. And that should have been what I did, right? However, I did not find a single Kha'Zix. I swear I rolled all of my gold so many times just looking for the last Kha'Zix, and I did not get him. So I'm like, okay, panic mode. How do we recover this? What do we do? I'm like, okay, we'll keep on Reapers for now. It's fine. Last roll down. Look for the Kha'Zix. Get Galio. Get another Silas. Sell the Silas because I don't need him. Just where is Kha'Zix? We need to hit Kha'Zix now. Otherwise, it's going to start getting really cursed really fast, and we are going to lose. Because I needed to get the early 4 Reapers up with the early Kayn because of this hard pivot with Boiling Point. I should have just stuck with Boiling Point if I'm being completely honest here, but fine, whatever. I was panicking. This is my And then at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm not finding the Kha'Zix, but I actually have a lot of the Bruiser set up, except for the gold, and I'm winning a decent amount right now. Do I hard pivot to Bruisers now? I'm like, no one's contesting Bruisers, but like everyone's now contesting Reaper, despite me thinking it was uncontested before. So I'm like, we're going Bruiser Crest, and I get another Galio there. Like, so cutting ahead, we're at 6 Bruisers now. I've sold the Kane. I've gotten the Bruiser Crest. I'm looking for the 8 Bruiser Power Spike. I'm at 24 HP, so it's close. So now I level, get the 8 Bruisers on, and I'm just hoping to bank one of the 5 costs that, like, work well with the Bruiser Crest. At this point, I'm, like, confused. Like, who am I missing? I'm like, oh, right, Kobuko. And now Tom Kench. There we go. Because I only had the 8 Bruiser, right? I had no margin for extra units. So I'm like, okay, I know Annie with Bruiser Crest works well, but with the Edge of Night, it's actually a mistake. But it's fine. I'm just trying to salvage at this point, because this game is just gone from, oh, easy top 4 to Giga Curse, because I could not find a single Kha'Zix for the Reaper comp. And with the amount of gold I rolled looking for the Kha'Zix, I did not have the ability to find my 2-star Kane before everyone else found Kane. So I'm like, okay, we're fine, we're winning now. It's not an 8th, but it's not pretty. This is not looking good. I think we aren't gonna make it, but we just need a bit more. Just dig deep and find it. And I get the 4 rerolls, I'm like, just use them immediately. Get the 2-star Galio, get close to the 2-star Annie. I'm like, I need to roll now for that extra power. What do I get here? It doesn't matter. At this point, I'm like so dizzy with the 2 hard pivots. Adaptive Helm's okay. Does my size have free items? So I don't know who the Adaptive Helm's going on to, but it's there. But we have all of my 2 stars. We have 2-star Annie. We just need to find some sort of backline carry. But at this point, I'm locked in to the Annie, right? Like, that's the problem, is that I could not find any of the units that made 8 Bruiser OP. I just found the units that made 8 Bruiser okay, because I was just desperately rolling for like half the game here. I'm like, oh, we're so close, but whatever. It's at least not an 8th, so we aren't going to lose so much progress here, but it's not Masters yet. Yeah. Yeah. And then we get one of the counter matchups. Story Weaver counters you, especially when they hit their Irelia, just because it deals so much damage. And you don't have enough damage in return. And I'm like, so close. Okay, but next game. Reset, recover, go again. Okay, so. Last game. Which is spoilers, but we get the Tom Kenshin counter first thing, which I'm like, okay. Low variance. It's just Tom Kenshin counter. It's not gonna be anything crazy. We aren't gonna get Trainer Sentinels on my Masters promo game, or one of them. There's been several at this point. Watch me try hard the Tom Kenshin counter by going to wherever there's dead space, and yeah, but anyways. So, Tom Kench gives low roll air quotes of just the 1 item component. So I'm like, okay, that's good. I don't have to like really change whatever my game plan will be. I skip ahead through the early stuff, but that's the only really big skip I'll be doing. There will be a few more, but first augment, gold, I'm like, none of these are quite inspiring. And then I get the built different too, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just, oh, it's so over. Oh, we did it. Okay, not yet, actually. So built different is really strong, especially if you get this sort of early setup. As you can see, I won 3 games. I only lost 1. Built different lives and dies based on how much early HP you're able to preserve, because based on the amount of early HP, you need to go 8, level 8 as fast as possible to actually stabilize, right? But if you don't need to roll desperately at 8 because you preserved enough HP, you actually get alternative win conditions for built different of going for a 2-star 5 cost in Irelia, or getting a 3-star 4 cost because you will be naturally removing a bunch of them from the pool. So then we get an armory of completed items as well, which I'm like, okay, this is good. The more items I get for this comp, the better. And I hit the early Lee Sin, and I'm like, okay, this is good. Lee Sin isn't in the final comp, but he's really good early game. Here, I did have a decision between another Ginsu's, and like, you don't want to take AP items in built different, because all the AP carries don't get full value from it. But here I just pivot the Tristana items onto my Senna here, because I don't want to be running Duelist, because I still want the built different value. But yeah, so I can calm down and take my time and explain things. So if you get built different, in this set, I should specify, the new set will probably be different, but with built different, you want the AD backline carry items rather than AP backline carry items, just because the AP backline will make it so you're kind of locked into specific things, right? But the AD backline, like the only... Okay, I'm explaining it poorly. The only AP backline carry you can really run and built different is Syndra, because she's the one who gets effectively the most value from it, and then she doesn't mess up any synergies because she's an Arcanist and Faded, so you don't have to, like, work around here. But here, I'm looking at the meta TFT stats to see what the different placements for all of these, and I found Jeweled Lotus had a really good placement, which makes sense. You have a lot of damage already, and I'm like, okay, so Jeweled Lotus is good because it adds crit chance to everybody who's going to be going crazy. I'm like, Bard's good here. Let's take the Bard, make him the temporary carry, and that ends up paying dividends because Bard with built different is apparently really strong. I think I let this game play out for the most part at this point, but yeah, no, Bard really strong with built different. So yeah, I'm chilling. I have 1 4 cost already, so that's good. I will eventually replace him, but he's good with just how built different works. Having any early 4 cost is good. And then Bard's going crazy. Because funnily enough, you would think with built different, Ginsu's would be bad because they stack on top of each other, which usually speaking isn't useful. You would usually want more damage, but with built different, it's actually useful because they actually complement each other. Because your main backline carry should be Ashe because she has constant scaling throughout the fight. It can be Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa, typically speaking, wants more support with Trick Shot and Ink Shadow to be useful, whereas Ashe is just more useful just at a baseline. So skipping ahead again, we get to Carousel. I get another 4 cost in the form of Kai'Sa. I'm like, okay, how now what? And then I get a second Kai'Sa. I'm like, okay, do I slam items on Kai'Sa at this point? I ended up with the answer of no, because I would rather have a Ashe with these items and not run them for now than actually have Kaisa with these items and them being stuck on there forever. Like, I can't stress enough that Kaisa doesn't do well with the Ginsus. Ash does, if that makes sense. You can do it, it's not a bad thing, and it probably is in fact correct. There's still a lot I need to learn, but I'm no longer learning anything for this set because this set is in the past and I'm spending all my mental resources on the new one. But anyways, so at this point I'm like, okay, 77 HP, going level 7 at Wolves, that's good because that means I can just natural some more 4 costs early before I do a level 8 roll down, which is a big deal once again. I do just end up throwing those items onto a Yone. Then I get... Where did these 2 training dummies come from? I don't actually remember. But regardless, easy early start, and then we get the last best in slot item of IE. So I'm like, okay, this is the setup. We have everything. We now just need to hit the 4 costs that I need. So I look, I'm like, ooh, face gloves. I don't need another Infinity Edge. I could have gone Ionic Spark here as well to make Silas another carry too, but at this point I'm like, nah, we have enough damage. We now just need to find more items, more utility, more everything, right? Then I slam the gargoyles onto Garen, and my items are effectively solved. I have everything that I need. I'm just looking for maybe a redemption now, but I'm happy with how my comp is turning out. And because I get to wait to go level 8 and roll, I'm able to get a lot more econ, which lets me work towards another win condition instead of just the top 4 condition. Which, like, top 4 condition, win condition, it's the same thing, but like, when I say win condition, I mean go first place rather than like just top 4, right? Then finally here, I'm like, okay, not missed connections, obviously. Harm assist, really good. Partial ascension, not that good. Healing orbs, also good. 125, bad because there's a lot of 5 costs you can't run. I don't know if this is actually the case or not, but I'm pretty sure the unique 5 cost things of the like oh, and then we hit the ash of like artists and stuff like that actually counts towards not getting built different, and I'm like, oh, so we can't go. Most of the 5 costs are actually bad in that case. So that's why I'm going for just 4 costs. And I'm like dizzy here, pivoting everything. We have 2 ashes on, but that's fine. 2 ashes, 2 Kaisas, a Silas, and then a Lee Sin just casually. And built different is just so crazy that I think I win regardless. Yeah, at least it's close. It shouldn't be this close considering I am facing a stacked rolled down duelist player and I am still like so many units off of the final comp. We're going into carousel here. Lots of different good hits. If I get another Thief's Gloves, the game's just over because Thief's Glove is OP. If I get the Irelia, also OP, but it's unlikely. Irelia is like one of the most contested 5 costs on carousel. Like right there, she's already taken. So I'm like, we'll just take the redemption and we'll just take the Warmogs? The Guard Breaker. I was like, what do I build here? I was like, I guess I'll make a Guard Breaker, because I already have a lot of frontline items. I kind of want a bit more backline, but whatever, it's fine. So now we are 40 gold, needing to roll down just a bit to actually properly stabilize. And I'm like, oh, that's Spirit Walker. That doesn't work. Which is really unfortunate. But then we get the 2-star Ash, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can't run Galio, I already have a Bruiser on. Oh, there we go, Nautilus is good. Sell the Garen, get 2-star Kaisa, get the Annie, just run the Morgana for now, sell Galio, and now rebuild my economy because I have stability. Slam these all onto Nautilus because he's the best. Well, him and Ornn are both very good with the tank items. I went with Nautilus this game because I already have a lot of frontline items, and I don't need Ornn to be printing items for my backline. They're just already going to be dealing damage. But I'm like, okay, sick. Now what? We're fine. We have the top 4, but I am at, I think, 83 LP, and my MMR is complete garbage. So I'm like, I need to find something more here than just the top 4. Because at this point, I have the top 4 in the bag. No counter comps. Built Different doesn't really have a counter comp either. We're just chilling. 2 stars galore needed, but they aren't needed immediately because we are actually winning currently with the setup. So I'm like, alright, do I want to go 9 or do I want to slow roll at 8? And I'm like, either way, I need to build up economy, and I'll see what happens from here to then, and depending on that, I will change my decision. So I lose here, but I'm fine with this loss. I'm not capped out yet. I'm nowhere near capped out. I'm still looking for, I think, 6 2 costs. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different 2 costs, which I haven't hit yet. No Ornns yet. No 2-star Lee Sins, no 2-star Silas, no 2-star Nautilus. I'm literally just sitting on my 2 backline carries and hoping it's enough. And it's enough for now. I will need to find more strength eventually. But here I'm just going through, scanning all of the different 5 costs to see if there's a different one I can be running other than just Irelia. Because Irelia at this point is highly contested. And I'm like, it can't be Lissandra because my Ashe is already carry. And then we get a Prismatic Orb, and I'm like, 2 champion duplicators. Wait a second. Wait. Hold the phone. Hold it. We can get the 3-star 4 costs because that reduces the amount of rolling you need to do by a dramatic amount. If you don't know what the different like rates are and stuff like that, why do I slam the Sunfire? Because I don't have anti-healing yet. So if you don't know what the different rates are or not yet, I do suggest that you learn what they are for rolling. In fact, they changed recently because the bag sizes got changed, but either way, I'm like, okay, so we're going for the 3-star Ashe, so I can just sit at 8 and don't need to go 9, because 9, usually you need like a lot of econ and blah blah blah, but it's not in the books for me here. I'm like, I'm still losing. That's fine. Still no frontline 4 costs have been 2-starred, so we'll work on that. Get the Kayn to replace the Morgana, because at this point I'm just looking for as much frontline as possible, because my Ashe is all my damage, basically. The frontline also does deal good damage as well, but here we go. We get the Ornn. I'm like, okay, I can replace this Syndra, get... I do roll down a bit here just to look for some of my 2-stars. Get 1. Hold on to the Kaisa because I'm like, this is also a potential 3-star candidate. She is a bit fraudulent without Trick Shot, but it's fine. I'm like, we're good. We're chilling. Everything's fine. We'll be okay. I got enough... Silas being 2-starred, it's now just enough stats that I'm not worried about losing too many more fights. Especially on 31 HP, I still have a lot of lives left. 3 at best case scenario, 2 on worst. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually a lot when you're at 5-2 looking for a 3-star 4 cost. And the lobby is close, and a lot of people are getting ready to just die. And my board is stronger than a lot of theirs, so I'm not worried about them taking me out. And I'm like, okay, we have a lot of Ashes, a lot of frontline. We get the Kayn, who slammed the Hand of Justice onto him. It probably should have gone onto my Kaisa, but whatever. I'm now like, okay, well, I'm one Ash off. We'll take the Hui and replace someone with him. Just so that I can guarantee print out the last Ash. Because now I just need to win 2 combats to guarantee it. Sell the Annie, which might have been a mistake. I think I probably should have sold like my Lee Sin at this point or something. But regardless, I'm like, okay. Start working on the 3-star forecast with the Hui, and we're winning still, so I'm like, okay, this is good. We have it. we're all set up. We just need to get there now. And then I don't know if you briefly caught that, but there was someone with 4 champion duplicators, and so that will come into play later, but I'm like, okay. No Ash on here. I'm like, ah, dang it. No free 3-star. So we're just gonna have to wait. Just wait. We're almost there. Get the Giant Slayer. I actually get this for the 2-star Nautilus, because he has all of my tank items and he's only a 1-star, and I'm like, okay. We'll give this to him. Then my Lee Sin could probably be still sold at this point. I'm like, whatever. Slam this onto Kane. He'll be dealing some damage as well, because he benefits from the attack speed and extra HP a lot too. But I'm like, okay, we're printing Ash, so I can't be contested. And then we just need to get 2nd or better. 2nd or better is all I need this game. In the game, I thought I only needed a 3rd or better because I was at 85 LP. I said 83 earlier, didn't I? I don't actually remember the amount. We'll see after, but... Oh no, it doesn't show. It just shows the promo. Either way, I'm at an LP amount where I know this now in retrospect, where I wouldn't have gone enough with a 3rd. I needed a 2nd or better, and that was a big loss there. I'm like, okay, that's kind of bad. Okay, what now? But we're pulling more forecasts out of the pool. I roll to try and hit my 2-star Ornn here. Sell the Nautilus. Don't need Nautilus. Sell Kane. I don't need Kane at this point. Sell Kaisa. I'm not looking for the Kaisa. Like, I'm looking for the Ash at this point, because I'm like, alright, if we don't hit Ash soon, we might die, since we only have 1.5 life left, depending on how we do. Now, this person has 4 champion duplicators and a lot of HP. I didn't notice this in the game, but as you can see there, they are building up a Lysandra. I should have been full-blown panicking at this point, going, oh god. Oh no. Wait, they're going to get it. Oh, what? Oh no. But I wasn't in the game. I was like, okay, but we've made it. We've made it to the 3-star Ash. I have enough life left to be able to print it out. And yeah, I think at this point, I will just let it play out. Once again, thank you everyone so much who has supported me this far. If you made it this far into the video, why aren't you hitting subscribe? Unless you absolutely hate me, which, I mean, I would say fair enough, but, like, I don't know. You know? So anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of this game, and I will catch you all on the flip side. This is Platypus out.
We must press on. dragon! No prison can hold me.
Legends are told in word and deed.